Might as well pop by the space station since we're right here next to it. We'll go ahead and pick up our bit of loot that we can, sell anything else that we can pick up, and buy everything that we can from the terminal in the other room. Of course, the first thing we want to do is increase the size of our pockets. So let's go ahead and grab another one of those. Man, I am loving the creepy vibes of this expedition. I've never done an abandoned run, but this kind of makes me want to do that. When you don't have any other aliens to interact with, the sense of just sort of being alone, it's really nice. And it's super creepy to think about it. You know, if there's an infinite number of travelers in an infinite number of instances, we're experiencing waking up all alone, waking up in paradise worlds, waking up on extreme planets. It's kind of nuts when you think about it that way. Now, I don't see a whole lot to buy here since we're not trying to like upgrade buildings and stuff. Phosphorus and pepinephrine might be worth buying. I'm not sure if we're gonna need these for much. I mean, we're gonna need the phosphorus for recharging our shields at least if we're on hot worlds or something. It's always worth it to come by the space station, even if the only thing you get is a little more space in your pocket. The other thing you want to do in every system is call in the anomaly, which is where we're going next. In addition to being able to get my safety deposit box, we're also going to be able to expand our pockets. So you get one kind of freebie or cheap expansion in the space station and another one over here in the anomaly. Now it's just occurring to me, we could have an abandoned anomaly. The music seems a little off. And I don't see any of our favorite characters here. Yeah, it looks like there's no one behind the desk there. I guess there's probably not going to be anyone up here either. No. Completely abandoned. So we can't get our free emergency scanner or nanites from any of those guys. I think we should, even though all the people back here are gone, we should be able to use these terminals. And yeah, the exosuit upgrade terminal does still work, and you can still get your freebie over here. We've got an additional expansion upgrade, so we can apply that here as well. So this one's a freebie. The first one they charge you for, even if you got the extra exosuit upgrade thing in your pocket. I always thought they should reverse that order. Holy crap! Nada's up here. Unknown entity. Polo's not around. So Nada is like part of this anomaly. It's always here. The robotic entity is frozen, an empty shell. They possess all the trappings of existence, but no signs of it. The entity, like this station itself, seems at once deeply alien and yet deeply familiar. An old friend or just another void? Awesome. So that implies that, you know, there's like other Corvex in the anomaly, aren't there? No. All the other people in the anomaly are like other traveler iterations. So that means Polo is like more of an object than a person. That sounds insensitive, but you know what I mean. Okay, so leave me to this. I am going to refine down all of these radiant shards, sell off all of this stuff, and we're about to be rich, y'all. All right, we're back. That did take a little while. I have unlocked the Atlas staff so that we are fully in the vibe of this expedition. We got our red suit, our red staff, and we're gonna build a red Corvette, I'm sure of it. But first, let's go ahead and unlock our new upgraded ship. We've got the Starburn Runner. So with everything combined, I have a little over 7,000 nanites, and for 2,800, we now have what I consider to be the best ship in the game. Now, it also comes with all of your upgrades, all of your additional storage, just everything that you had. You can basically bring any ship you want to into the expedition with you. So I highly recommend this strategy. One other nice side, Benny, of using all of those radiant shards is apparently we've unlocked one of our phase rewards. Oh, it shows me on the thing. It says new reward. All right, so let's see what we get for radiance. Starship launch fuel, Supreme Plus engine upgrade, or Pulse engine upgrade. Okay, nice. Just right when we needed it. And now we can bust out of here. We've got everything done that we can possibly do. And we can get on to our next check-in point, the next rendezvous point. It should definitely be within range now because why won't it select? Oh, Atlantive drive required. This is a special star system, so that's why they gave us that Atlantic drive, which I installed on the other ship, and now I need to go back into the anomaly and move it over into the starboard runner. Son of a frick. I don't want to be able to, I don't have the stuff to build a new one, so I've got to go in and uninstall it from the other ship and then put it in this one. 1 second, guys. All right, we're finally back on track. All right, let's try this again. And all we need to do is pop just down here. For some reason, I cannot select these things smoothly. A Gex system. It looks like it's populated from here. But when we get there, I bet you it's abandoned. All right, cool looking, like, what do you call those things? Oh, dreidels. It's a dreidel looking space station. Noyaba Fakti system. Awesome. Now hold on a second. Before I go into the space station, for some reason, it's not showing me the check-in. What did I check? Why did I move it? No, it's still selected. Where is it? Ah, now it's showing up. I'm not crazy, right? It wasn't there a second ago. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get through this without going into the space station, because I just cannot help it. I've been working towards this rendezvous for hours, guys. For you, it's probably not been nearly as long, but I gotta see what this looks like. So that makes a lot of sense. This is a dissonant planet. So if you hadn't brought shards with you the way I did, you could pick them up on this planet where the first rendezvous is. Awesome. I do love the way it looks to kind of look out through your cockpit windows and how it's different in every type of ship. I've got an opportunity to play No Man's Sky in VR not long ago, and it was amazing. I was inside one of the walkers, and it's almost impossible to drive that thing when you're on a normal game playthrough. What in the heck kind of bug is this? Awesome. But anyway, like I was saying, it's almost impossible to drive that thing normally, but in VR, you're actually like holding on to the, oh, and we got a storm crystal here too, which means we're gonna be having some bad weather. Big old flowers, fungusy looking flowers. But you actually use the controls, you know, to accelerate and everything. The one thing I couldn't figure out was how to make it jump. And then I started getting motion sick because I was in there for about an hour. If I can ever figure out how to get it to work properly, we might do a special run, like a permadeath run in VR. But I know it's really difficult to actually make those recordings. So we've got an abandoned building is our first wandering spore cloud. But an abandoned building is the first rendezvous, so if you weren't lucky like me and actually frickin' lay laps, beep boop, I don't need to talk to you right now. But I like you. I'm glad you came with me. But if you didn't get a lucky start the way I did, and you ended up at some other random spawn point, this is where you would be able to get the larval cores and kill the abyssal horrors and things like that that you need to do for your achievements. And this looks like it is a normal infested terminal. So we should get some cool lore from this, as well as getting our first rendezvous checked off of our milestone list. Let's see what the actual frick is with this. Is this part of the expedition?
It looked like a wound in the world, crimson and ragged-edged like something that once lived but was then torn asunder. I should have stayed away. Had I the senses to taste the air of this planet, I imagine it would have reeked with some kind of alien vector. But nothing could stall my curiosity. Was it dead? Where I touched it, the surface was moist and yielding. It seemed to become motile, then crawling on a mat of slow cilia moving from me. I should have left it alone.
Yeah, so that is the same dialogue that we always get at our first infested terminal like this. So that makes me think that this will not be necessarily tied into the lore of this expedition, but more it's just a side thing that you can do if you want to do. Let's go ahead and close off our milestone. We're gonna get some inventory slots, nice, and a debris rangefinder plan. Okay, so that is gonna be the crux of this entire expedition, is us finding these derelict freighters, I believe. And we need solar mirrors, quantum computers, and metal plating to make them.